Welcome to the Academy of Creative Education Spring Commencement Exercises and to the Institute of Texan Cultures, a campus of the University of Texas.
Please remain standing. We begin our commencement exercises with the United States Navy Recruiting Command Color Guard posting the colors. Academy student Gregory Castillo will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. The American flag is a symbol of our country and of our school. Like our founding fathers, we are persistent and do not give up on our goals. We were committed to completing our high school education. At this time, we will pay a special tribute to our country and to the American flag. Justino Alessi will sing our school song, the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
Please be seated. Academy student Joshua Oyhus will present the contemplation, which examines the meaning of this occasion. Joshua reminds us that by working together, we can overcome any obstacles.
Thank you. Please bow your heads. One nation, under God, indivisible. Let us take those words to heart and learn to live by them. They are more than just words. They are a belief that has shaped the course of our nation as it has shaped the course of our lives. For we are one nation, we are united in our belief to improve the quality of life. Education makes it possible to be the best of which we are capable. And we are under God, for we know that with the help of the Almighty, we will continue to grow as people, with the common goal of becoming citizens that will nourish and support each other. Under God, we are indivisible, working together to become a force for peace and freedom. Today, we ask God's blessing on this commencement exercise, and we ask that our efforts here today bind us together as Americans, as one people, now and forever.
This graduation is a united effort of the Academy, our hosts, the Institute of Texan Cultures, and the Northeast School of the Arts. Before introducing the many special guests celebrating with us today, the students of the Northeast School of the Arts will present patriotic performances saluting our country, a place where all students have the freedom and the right to pursue education which improves their quality of life.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my family by my side. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, there is pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend
Thank you for those inspiring and amazing productions. The stage guests will please remain seated, and while the stage is being set up, I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about our hostesses who are leading the graduation ceremony today. Over here, Mercedes. She's got her flute with her, and she's a bit concerned about that. It is my joy as principal of the Academy to be able to interview students who were nominated by their teachers to lead the ceremony. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about the interview, what these two girls talked about when I talked to them. Crystal Duncan is 17 years old, and you know, you usually have to convince students to come to school. She had to convince her parents to come and have a tour by themselves at the Academy before she was allowed to attend. High school was difficult for Crystal. She was an honor student in middle school. When she got to the high school, it was just overwhelming for her. Plus, she just reestablished a relationship with her birth mother, and so she needed a different kind of learning environment. Now, one of Crystal's friends told her with pride, well, I go to the Academy, and so she began investigating that. She finished 6 credits, and she said she liked English a lot because of the relationships unit, because it paralleled what she was going through in her life. But she worked in the math room. And she liked to work in the math room because the teacher reminded her of a perky version of her grandmother. And the teacher brought the class cookies from Central Market. Crystal told me she really liked the teachers at ACE because I like older teachers. They're a bit weathered, and they've seen it all. Student council was one of Crystal's favorite activities, and she discovered she liked helping people and that she liked children. She was involved with the Easter egg hunt at the Children Intervention Center. She liked helping children so much that she decided she would work at a daycare center. And after being there for 5 months, she said, I need a raise. So she wrote her boss a letter. And she said all the things that she had been doing. She brought pets that helped build the students' self-esteem. She put in a behavior management program where they could purchase with tokens from the school store that she set up. And when there were some of the children who were special needs students, she researched about them on the internet so that she'd have a better understanding of the treatment that they were receiving. Crystal wants to attend Southwest Texas and major in teaching. Mercedes Ramon turned 18 last Friday. Besides her obvious beauty, her intelligence, her musical talent, Mercedes has other gifts, one of which is her speaking ability. Now, her family's friends and teachers have always told her that she should be a lobbyist because she likes to argue, and she usually wins at any argument. Mercedes has is a bit stubborn here, and she left traditional high school with only economics to finish, half a credit. But she decided she was going to college. So she went into Northwest Vista, and she enrolled in anthropology and English, and she received an A in both of those courses. But she could not continue because she had half a credit of economics to finish. She only needed half a credit, and that's really not possible on a traditional campus. And so she was referred to the Academy, and she was mad and she was disappointed in herself. And she really did not want to go to the Academy, especially since she had to go through a 3-day orientation class before she got into her half a credit. Well, I asked her about how the orientation went, and she said, you guys don't mess around. She said, I know there's a waiting list, and people who don't make it the 3-day probation weren't there after 3 days. And she also said that going to classes at ACE, she said, I would tell teens that it really teaches you the value of education and that the teachers care if you come to school. You call in the morning, okay, where are you? Those were her exact quotes. She also said that the economics curriculum focused on what was important and how it applies to real life. She learned how to manage money and not get into a huge debt. Right now, Mercedes is a baker and a hostess at the Cheesecake Factory, and her goal is to attend St. Mary's and major in political science or in law. Girls, will you lead us to our chairs on the stage? Thank you. Let's give them a hand.
It is my honor to introduce our distinguished platform guest. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. We ask that all guests please stand in recognition as their name is called. Principal of the Academy of Creative Education, Dr. Mary Jo McLaughlin. President of the Northeast Board of Trustees, Mrs. Sandi Hughey. Superintendent of the Northeast Independent School District, Dr. Richard Middleton. Former Northeast Community Education Director, Dr. Arlene Patterson, Texas Lutheran University, retired. Associate Superintendent of Instruction, Dr. Alicia H. Thomas. Senior President, Bank of America and Treasurer of the Academy Advisory Corporate Council, Mr. Vincent Green. Mrs. Beth Plummer, Vice President. Board of Trustee members and Associate Superintendents in the audience who are joining us today, please stand as your name is called. Mrs. Molly Pruitt, Secretary. Members, Mr. Bill McCabe, Mrs. Brigitte Perkins, Mr. Gabe Quintanilla, Mr. Ed White. Associate Superintendents, Mr. Wes Robinson, Business Services, Dr. Mark Scheffler, Campus Support, Mr. Fred Calhoun, Operations. High school principals, please stand if you are in attendance and hold your applause till the end. Joe Reasons, Churchill. Donna Taylor Lee. Wendell Watson, MacArthur. Bobby Smith, Madison. Joe Hannon, Reagan. Robert Todd, Roosevelt. Nancy Neugebauer, Center School. Dr. Kelly Flieger, Data. Bill Fish, Alternative High School. Dr. Sherry Albright, International School of Americas. And Dr. Judith York, Northeast School of the Arts.
Our community is dedicated to youth and to quality education. Community members of the Academy Advisory Council serve as mentors for Academy students. They provide scholarships, tutor and mentor students, participate with students in community service activities, and arrange Life After ACE programs. 2 of our council members believed in the mission of ACE and supported its vision as members of the 1991 school board, Ms. Muriel McDonald and Mr. Clarence Bray. Please stand and be recognized. As a special tribute, the names of all the council members are listed on the back of your programs. If you're an advisory corporate council member, please stand and receive our appreciation. The Central Office Divisions assist Academy students in the learning process. They provide resources, supplies, and the teaching support needed for us to continue our education. If you represent a Central Office Division, we want to thank you. Please stand so you may be recognized.
Administrators, counselors, and teachers recommend students to the Academy program. We thank them for caring about us. It is because of them and their interest in our future that many of us were referred to the Academy. Please stand so we may show you our appreciation.
We'd like to recognize the educational leaders who initiated the Innovative School Grant that provided original funding to start the Academy program. We offer our deepest gratitude to our founders for daring to dream differently. Dr. Kay Finn, Principal, Bush Middle School, Dr. Arlene Patterson, the former Director of Community Education in Northeast, and Mr. Twain Tharp, our Chief Academy Ambassador, the Executive Director of Special Programs for Northeast. Please stand.
We love our Academy teachers and staff. They provided us with the inspiration we needed to succeed. They have been more than just educators, they have been our friends. They reminded us to laugh, to dream, and to hope. We thank them for enriching our lives. Will the 14 staff members of the Academy of Creative Education please raise your hand? Receive our appreciation. Since 1991, Northeast has made a difference in the lives of over 2,200 students who needed one more chance to succeed. Introducing the graduates who will share their testimonies of personal struggles and successes is our principal, Dr. Mary Jo McLaughlin.
Welcome again. We come together today to acknowledge the triumphs of the young men and women that you see before you. And the following students represent the Academy student body, the past, the present, and the future. They're going to share their personal stories of struggle, persistence, and success. Shelley Siegfried will be the past, and we're honoring our past. She graduated in 1992. Beside her will be Kenitra Walker. Kenitra, come on up. And she is the present, representing the student body. And Marco Baez will be anticipating the future. Shelley?
Good morning. My name is Shelley Jones Siegfried. I am a 1992 graduate of the Academy of Creative Education. It is with great pride that I speak today on behalf of all past graduates of the Academy. I was the youngest of 3 girls. My parents had high expectations for me, and I had every desire to please them. I thrived in elementary, junior high, and the beginning of high school. I was a straight A student most of the time, officer of the Honor Society, president of the speech club, pep squad captain, and completely involved in campus activities. When things were going well for me academically, something happened. I fell in love. Nothing had prepared me for the power of this emotion. I lost my focus. I felt like I had found my prince, and I began to continually not attend school. Eventually, I dropped out. I knew that this is not what I wanted. I investigated getting a GED. My scores were so high on the GED pretest that the instructor urged me to consider returning to high school. That's how I made the ACE connection. My thought was that this new non-traditional approach to high school just might work for me. At this point, I was very down on myself. I had disappointed my parents and had lost sight of my goals. I even had the counselor of my previous high school tell me that I was not school material. Well, this was my second chance. I eagerly took advantage of this opportunity, and with the dedication and encouragement from the ACE staff, I worked hard and I received my high school diploma. Afterwards, my prince and I were married and we had a son. Unfortunately, the marriage was not to be, and he left the picture completely. However, I kept my sights on my dreams of continuing my education. Since the age of 8 years old, I have always wanted to be an attorney. With my parents there to add strength and encouragement to this effort, I began to climb up the educational ladder. First, I enrolled in junior college, and with the help of my family, I completed my associate's degree in legal assisting. I was ready for the next step. Second, I enrolled in Southwest Texas State University, and I completed my bachelor's degree with minors in criminal justice, psychology, and philosophy. I celebrated this success, but I wanted more. I applied and I was accepted to St. Mary's University School of Law. It was there that I found my true fulfillment. I had always dreamed of being an attorney, and now I was on the home stretch. This time in law school was very difficult, but very enriching. I was living my dream and working toward my goal. This May, I graduated in the top 15% of my class from St. Mary's University School of Law. We all choose different roads to our future. I feel so blessed to stand here before you today and congratulate you for making the choice to complete your high school diploma. I want to remind you that no matter how difficult your struggle, you can make your dreams come true. Don't let anyone discourage you from doing what you want. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kenitra Walker, and I'm 17 years old, and I'm honored to represent each of today's graduates. As a child of two successful parents, I felt pressured to measure up to their dreams. I know that I am the most important part of their lives. My parents provided every opportunity for me to thrive, and I deeply desired to make them proud. My desire to excel in high school by making excellent grades and participating in every school activity possible resulted in total mental and physical exhaustion. I just shut down. I now realize that much of this pressure was fueled by my fear that I might not measure up to my parents and my own ideals. Through the efforts of my parents and school counselor, I found my way to the academy. This small, nurturing learning environment helped me to see my strengths and offered opportunities for personal growth. A series of informative career workshops and field trips presented through the Life After ACE program provided the information and knowledge necessary to get my future into focus. As a marketing co-op student, I competed for and won the Sarita Wyatt Career and Technology Scholarship. All of us faced unique circumstances that affected our plans for high school graduation. We had to seek support from our families, teachers, and counselors. Through this support, we found our way to the Academy of Creative Education. Our plans for a high school diploma were revitalized. Through flexible scheduling, accelerated individualized instruction, and a caring, supportive environment helped us to get back on track. Fellow graduates, we have the right to be proud. We did it.
Good morning. My name is Marco Baez, and I'm 18 years old. I'm very happy to be representing the Academy graduates of the future. My years as a high school student were dominated by my desire to socialize and have a good time. I skipped school and enjoyed hanging out downtown in the mall. Due to my poor attendance, my parents and I were fined over $1,500 for violating the compulsory attendance law. I chose to spend 15 days in jail rather than to spend my cash on the court fine. I wanted a car, and that's what I intended to do with my money. I returned to school and attended every day in hope of improving my image in the eyes of my parents and teacher. Things were not the same. I felt detached and bored. Mrs. Reinhardt and Mr. Watson stood by me with words of encouragement. They referred me to ACE and reassured me that I was college material and should complete my high school diploma. My mother and father strongly suggested the suggestion. This was a difficult choice for me because I really loved Mac. The reality was, my time there was over. I needed a fresh start. I began ACE in May, needing about 6 credits to graduate. The truth is, I had actually sat through all of the courses already. I just never attended enough days to earn the credit. The individualized learning environment allowed me to demonstrate the knowledge I had retained during my days at Mac. I had some really great teachers. The Academy flexible school hours allowed me to continue working for Santiago's Theater. I am now the senior supervisor at the Galaxy 14. My immediate goals are to finish my high school diploma, join the military, and eventually complete my college education and become the kind of history teacher who can grab students' attention. My advice to our future graduates is, your mind is its own universe. No two are alike. Everyone can teach you. It's up to you to learn. Do whatever it takes to get back in focus. Seek support from teachers and parents. Maintain your pride and confidence. Keep in mind that it is possible, but it's up to you to get it done. Remember this, and you'll never regret putting forth extra effort. Thanks.
As you can tell by these stories of strength and courage, the student body has a strong sense of who they are, what they believe, and where they are going. On their first day at ACE, these students put on those caps and gowns, and they're photographed in front of the American flag, our school symbol. And during the first week, they write their mission statements, which guide them towards their personal goals. And these mission statements are on exhibit in the foyer. Students' success stories such as these would not be possible without all of you. Thank you. And now, Academy graduation candidates, we have arrived at that special moment for which you've worked so hard. Please stand. Dr. Middleton, this exemplary team proudly, the ACE teachers and I proudly present to you the graduation candidates from the Academy of Creative Education. These candidates have met all the requirements for a high school diploma, as stipulated by the Texas Education Agency and the state of Texas. We therefore present them to you as duly qualified to receive their high school diploma. These students validate our efforts to serve the community.
Thank you, Dr. McLaughlin. Each one of you standing here, I do, as superintendent, certify that each one of you has met the requirements for graduation as set forth by the state of Texas and the Northeast Independent School District. Please sit down, graduates. You came in here this morning, as a group of people who have done a great deal to be here. Those of you who are behind them, thank goodness, have been behind them for a long time, perhaps. But you were all here to celebrate. The ACE graduation, to me, is unique, beautiful, and unforgettable, just like each one of you seated here today, ready for graduation. You use the theme of the Star-Spangled Banner, and like this country, you have experienced adversity, you have overcome odds, you have regained spirit, and you have become victorious. Before you leave today, and all of you, know that where we are, and please notice this museum. Ms. McLaughlin and her team never cease to amaze me as to the experience that you have at every graduation, the uniqueness of every place that we are in. But look at this place. The stories of every life from all the different countries, all here to inspire us. They all speak to us about their commitment, about their dreams as they came here, and what they did with their lives. And so too, each one of you enrobed today came to ACE with your dreams and with your inspiration and with your desires, and now you have prepared yourself. You have in fact given us the greatest gift as educators. You have shown us that education is in fact a precious gift that can be passed down and celebrated and used again to improve this great country. It is my honor, therefore, as superintendent, to present you to the Northeast Board of Trustees, today represented by the president of the school board, Ms. Sandi Hughey. Congratulations.
I congratulate you on the strength, dedication, and courage you've shown in choosing to advance your education. Never stop your quest for knowledge. It is my honor and privilege to accept this class of 2003 on behalf of the Northeast Independent School District Board of Trustees, and to acknowledge these students as duly qualified by the state of Texas and the Texas Education Agency, and entitled to be declared graduates of the Northeast Independent School District. Congratulations.
The Institute does not allow graduation caps to be thrown in the air. The audio-visual screens in the ceiling dome are very delicate and expensive, and serious damage could result. As the graduates cross the stage, please express your joy with respect and courtesy so that all the names can be heard. Announcing the names of the candidates is Mr. Patrick J. Valdez, the Academy Teacher of the Year.
Candidates, please stand. Come forward when your name is called. Justino Alesi will be attending Chicago College of Performing Arts. He is the recipient of the Chicago College of Performing Arts Conservatory Scholarship for Music Talent of $40,000 over 4 years, Academic Recognition Scholarship of $12,000 over 4 years, and the National Italian American Foundation Award of $5,000. Patrick Lance Bishop will be attending San Antonio College. Jennifer Raynette Blackwell. Cruz Borrego Jr. Jessica Lee Bloomer. Jill Kristen Bradbury. Heather Ann Burke will be entering the Air Force. Catherine Ryan Burr will be attending Baylor University. Chelsea Lynn Cargill. Greg Castillo will be attending SAC. Sasha Tiara Cruz will be attending San Antonio College. Julio Woody Cuevas. Sean Matthew Cunningham. These two young men are currently serving in the United States military. Accepting on their behalf is Sergeant First Class Hayward. Stephen Paul Davenport. Derek Allen Davis will be attending UTSA. Christopher Michael Dudley will be attending San Antonio College. Crystal Dawn Duncan will be attending NVC. She is the recipient of the Presidential Service Scholarship Award for 100+ community service hours in the amount of $1,000. Megan Ray Edwards. She will be attending Austin Community College. Malcolm Earl Ellingson. Christopher Glenn Epley will be attending UTSA. Joshua Stephen Oyhus will be entering the Navy. Michael Charles Feeman. Shauna Marie Filan will be leaving for the Army on July 29th. Paul Richard Forestello. He will be working full-time at Alice Roofing and Sheet Metal Works Incorporated. Allison Marie Franguli. She will be attending San Antonio College. Chad Rayner Goodwin will be entering the Air Force. Christina Michelle Granado will be attending San Antonio College. Charles Matt Henry. Krishan Benita Hodge. Amanda Marie Hodavi. Megan Elise Hodavi. Wesley Blake Johnson. Chandra Elise Jones. Allison Ray Cupcho. Bobby Wade Kadurka. Judson Douglas Ladd. Elizabeth Geraldine Lamza. Brittany Aline Leal. She will be attending San Antonio College. Jason Michael Lemon. Tiffany Ann Lorkey. Jose Rolando Lopez. Daniel Jonathan Markgraf. Jillian Rebecca Marlin. She will be attending San Antonio College. Kara Janelle Martinez. Waylon Ray McCulloch. Dallas Christian Moreno. Kent William Novak will be attending San Antonio College. Mercedes Janine Ramon. Carlos Francisco Rios. Carlos Alonso Rodriguez. Lauren Lee Russell. She will be entering the Air Force Reserves. Robert Eugene Sadler III will be entering the Air Force. Daniel Gabriel Santana will be attending San Antonio College. Ben Charles Santos will be entering the Army. Jessica Kristen Schaefer will be attending St. Benedictine College. Anna Lilia Segovia. Cynthia Vanessa Cifuentes. Anthony Joseph Smith will be attending Texas State Technical College in Waco. Jakisha Louise Stemmons. Kanitra Denise Walker. She is the recipient of the Northeast ISD Career and Technology Sarita White Career and Technology Scholarships for accomplishments in DECA and career technology courses in the amount of $1,000. Christine Marie Waring will be attending UTSA. Lacey D. Wheeler. Maxwell William Woodward. He is the recipient of the Texas Achievement Scholarship for Accelerated Academic Achievement in the amount of $1,000. He will be attending San Antonio College. Graduates, please stand, then turn and face your family and friends. I present to you the spring 2003 graduating class from the Academy of Creative Education.
I'd like to comment on the students whose names are marked with an asterisk in your program. These students are designated as Texas Scholars. The world-class students who are recognized for completing the state-recommended or distinguished achievement program. Their academic program consisted of additional courses in science, social studies, foreign languages, and fine arts. Receiving the Texas Scholar Awards from the Academy of Creative Education and represented by the medals they wear. And if you would hold your applause until they've all stood. Jacqueline Nicole Beck, Jennifer Raynette Blackwell, Joshua Stephen Oyus, Krishan Benita Hodge, Judson Douglas Ladd, Kent William Novak, Corey Lee Palmer, and Jessica Christine Schaefer.
Thank you, Dr. Patterson. Presenting the scholarship awards is the Senior Vice President of the Bank of America and the Treasurer and Chairman of the Academy Advisory Corporate Council. Scholarship Committee, Mr. Vincent Green.
Good morning. First of all, I would like to take a couple of seconds to re-recognize a few students who walked across the stage and may have gotten lost in all the names that were called. These were individuals who, through their efforts over the last several weeks and months and possibly even years, have received scholarships from other organizations. I'd like to just take a second for them to stand up. You'll recognize them by the gold cords around their desk, or around their neck, I'm sorry. The following have already received scholarships, and would you please stand when I call your name? Kenitra Walker, Justin Leslie, Crystal Duncan, Max Woodward, and Joshua Ohus. Would you please give these people a hand? You may be seated. Since 1994, the Academy Advisory Corporate Council has awarded scholarships to graduating Academy seniors. These scholarships have been one way the Advisory Council has strongly supported the students at ACE. Our interest has been to show them continued support after their high school diploma. As we award scholarships today, we will have selected over 100 students to receive scholarships over the last 9 years to attend a college or university or technical school of their choice. In this effort, we have established important partnerships. I would like to especially thank the Bluebonnet Masonic Lodge and local Optimist clubs that have contributed generously to the scholarship fund. Finally, I would like to recognize the Alamo Community College District Foundation for their continued support. Through the ACCD Foundation, any student receiving a scholarship from ACE and attending an ACCD campus will have their scholarship dollars doubled for the time that they attend one of the ACCD campuses. And I think that's a very powerful partnership we have with the foundation. I would like to ask Mr. Roland Dubé, if he is here, would you please stand and be recognized from the ACCD Foundation? He's way in the back. He was one of the last ones here and didn't get a chair. Thank you, Roland. Last Friday, the Scholarship Committee met and reviewed the applications of over 20 individuals who were graduating this semester. Each applicant was also personally interviewed by the committee. Although the committee would like to have awarded scholarships to each applicant, we are unfortunately unable to award 6 at this time. I do have the honor now of presenting these scholarships to the successful applicants. As I call your name, will you please come up and get your scholarship? First of all, Jennifer Blackwell. Christina Granado. Kent Novak. Sasha Cruz. Stephen Davenport. Stephen, congratulations. And Yazi Tovar. Yazi could not be here today, but we will see that she gets her scholarship. Thank you.
On behalf of the Academy student body, I'd like to thank Mr. Vincent Green and the Academy Advisory Corporate Council for their commitment and service. They make it possible for many of us to continue our education. Presenting the closing remarks is our Associate Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Alicia H. Thomas.
Well, congratulations, graduates. We are all very proud of you. Today you have achieved something wonderful. You have your high school diploma. And despite the adversity that each of you may have faced, with the support you receive from parents, other family members, teachers, mentors, role models, friends, they helped you gain the sense of possibility you needed to face your future. Well, now that you've achieved this goal, you've discovered much about the personal determination, or as Dr. McLaughlin said, the strength and courage it takes to succeed at any task. Each of you face your future today as graduates of the Academy. You face it with a bonus because you know what it means to face adversity, to persevere, to achieve and be successful. Just a high school diploma will get you in the door, but it will not take you to the top of your career ladder. To continue your journey, you have to remember the lessons you learned while at the Academy. You have to keep on working hard, showing initiative, paying attention to detail, and taking care and pride in your work. With the lessons you've learned here, you're very prepared to do well. I like to tell all graduates, the important thing to remember is to not ever stop learning and improving your mind. You have to continue to read. That is the thing that will keep you successful as you go through life. Up until now, you've been reading for class or for work. I encourage you to keep reading for life in order to learn from the wisdom of others. So as you move forward and face the challenges in the days and years ahead, remember what you've learned at ACE. Character, self-discipline, determination, attitude, and service are the substance of life. Today we celebrate your successes. We look forward to your future. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. We appreciate your words of wisdom. Singing America the Beautiful is Northeast School of the Arts student Angela Wolff. The multimedia dome show created by ACE Art and Technology teacher Ms. Lynn Belisle honors past, present, and future Academy graduates.
We ask the audience please remain seated until the graduates have exited.
Spacious skies for amber waves of grace.
Join Crystal and me as we exit to the triumphant sounds of pomp and circumstance.